I'm back with episode 11 of winning one match of Turf War with every primary weapon in Splatoon 3. As I alluded to in episode 10, this is officially the halfway point of this challenge. I'll elaborate more on that once I get to the wheel, but again, thank you all for sticking around if you have, or if you've just started watching this series. Alright, we got the wheel here. All three weapons from the last video are off. We'll spin and see what we get. The first weapon of this will be the final one in the first half of weapons. And we're ending the first half on a blaster. I don't know how to feel about this, because, the first two blasters treated me poorly, that being S-Blast in Episode 2 and Rapid Blaster in Episode 3, but Blaster in Episode 9 wasn't bad, and I've always wanted to try this one, just because of a stupid reason, that being my favorite Harry Potter character is Luna. So now you know that about me. I'm curious to see how this'll go. Alright, we're in the game, and I had some technical difficulties off camera. I was having issues getting the game to load onto the screen here, but we're back in it, and you can see that I'm in the hub world this time, and it's a little different. That's because this is being recorded one day before the Splatfest starts, this being the speed versus power versus tactics. And in case you're wondering, I chose tactics. Anyways, now we're in the lobby, so let's go to the weapon select screen. We'll go to blasters, and we'll select the Luna Blaster. I technically have the other kit, but it's the Order Blaster one, so I'm just going to use the Neo kit with Fizzy Bomb and Ultra Stamp. You've seen me use Fizzy and Stamp, so it'll just be the primary. So Luna Blaster has a lot shorter range than most other blasters, but its explosion radius is a lot larger than most other blasters. And I think last episode, and actually most of the previous few episodes, I've let my Dreadringer brain get the better of me, which has caused some poor matches on my front. So I'm going to try to play Luna how it should, as opposed to how I would normally play with Dread, going after people, but I'm still going to try to get some turf. Maps are Brinewater and Humpback. I would have preferred to get a Slosher, but it wasn't what I was given. I could be given one for one of the next two weapons, but I don't know that yet. Alright, that took a while. We're on Humpback. Let's see what the weapon compositions are. Blob, Tri-Stringer, and Edit. And then they have Leader, ZF, Inkbrush, and another Leader. Oh, booyah for good luck. I'll need it. So they have 3 Chargers and an Inkbrush. This is going to be an interesting game, to say the least. Alright, I have Stamp ready. There's a Charger over there. I'm just gonna play carefully with that. Yeah, he sees me. Let's see if I can get this Charger. Nice. Oh, nope. Get down. Yeah, I figured I'd go down there at some point, but I did get rid of that Leader at least, so that's a trade I was willing to make. Throw that there. Let's get Tacticooler. Alright, so Charger's back over there. I'm gonna need to worry about my sight. I'm gonna need to worry a little bit more about where I'm being seen. Traded Inkbrush. I'll take it. I'm not jumping in. It ain't worth it. ZF is right there. Ah, I couldn't trade Inkbrush this time. Get out of here. That ZF is right there, and I don't like that. Nice, got the ZF. This is what I need to do, Traded Ink Brush. Nice. I need to be a little more aggressive. That's what I need to do with Luna. Hopefully that was enough. It'll be close. Nice, one and done with Luna. Like that. I'm really the #1 overall splatter? I shouldn't say I'm surprised that we won. That team composition was just really odd, to say the least. #1 overall splatter, I went 4 and 4. Alright, so that's Luna Blaster done. Let's go back to the wheel and see what the next weapon will be. Alright, we're back with the wheel. Luna Blaster's off. We'll spin and see what we get. This'll be the first weapon of the second half. Range Blaster or Paintbrush? Alright, the first brush. I've been memeing to myself for a while now that I haven't rolled any of the 3 brushes, and now, first weapon of the second half of this series is a brush. It's the most meh brush of the 3, and it's also the one brush I haven't played with, so this could be interesting, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, let's go to the weapon select screen, we'll go to the brushes, and we'll select Paintbrush. Of the 3 kits, I only have the Nouveau kit with Point Sensor and Tentamissiles, and you've seen me use both of those, so it'll just be the primary. Paintbrush is what I've seen to be described as a slow, fast weapon. It takes a little bit to eventually wind up, but once you do, you can really go, and it also has a good bit of range. Another thing that you can do with the brushes is go similarly to a roller, except you'll go faster, but not leave as much ink behind you. I think it'll just be, if I can get used to the initial wind-up, this should go decently, but I will choose my words carefully. Alright, that took a while too. Yes, we're taking our sweet time loading into matches, and we're on Humpback again. 2 Splat Dualies and a Tetra, and then they have 2 ink brushes, Splat Dualies, and Blob. Oh booyah for good luck. This is easily one of the most rushed down weapon comps on both sides that I've ever seen. The only one that really doesn't fit that criteria is the Blob. Alright, I've got missiles. Set them off. Alright, luckily I didn't full-on die to that Splat Bomb! They're really just trying to snipe me with Splat Bombs. Oh, they got my teammate. Traded Ink Brush. I'll take it. Especially because they were trying to be annoying and snipe me with Splat Bombs. Alright, they traded. Now that I'm using this for the first time, it really does just seem like a slow, fast weapon. It cut the Blob from all the way over there. Again, this is my first time using Paintbrush. This thing's range is ridiculous for a brush. Nice, got Splat Dualies. Back up! Back up! There was a Splat Bomb there from the same ink brush. I know it's that ink brush because that ink brush is the only one with Splat Bomb. Alright, got the Splat Dualies. I know you're there. I'll just throw a Point Sensor. Guess I was wrong. Alright. Save the missiles for when they actually need to be used. Like right there. Nice, got someone with the missiles. It was either the blob or the splat dualies. I'll take either one. Alright, that should be one and done with Paintbrush. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of my better matches. Beautiful. 5-3, and I wasn't the #1 splatter this time. Wow. Paintbrush is done. Let's go to the wheel and see what the final weapon of this video will be. Alright, we're back with the wheel. Paintbrush is off. Spin and see what it is. Hey, I'll take it. Squeeze is not my main, but I do play it from time to time, and I'm honestly excited to show this weapon, because it's the first of the semi-automatic shooters. This'll be fun. Anyways, let's go to the weapon select screen, and Squeezer's right here. I only have the regular kit with Splash Ball and Trizooka. You haven't seen me use Trizooka, which I'm a little surprised by, but you've seen me use Splash Ball. So the interesting thing with Squeezer is that it has 2 firing modes. If you press and hold down ZR, you get a inking mode of it, which doesn't have as much range and doesn't do as much damage per shot, and it puts an alright amount of ink on the field. Like you can see, it's about a 4-shot splat in that mode, but if you repeatedly tap the button like this, you get perfect accuracy and your shots do more damage, going from a 4-shot splat to a 3-shot splat. You also have a little bit more range. You saw me over here with this. If I just tap shot, you can see just how much farther it went compared to the inking mode. You see the one shot here, because it always starts with a tap shot. As for Trizooka, you get 3 really powerful shots, and that's about it. There's not much more for me to explain there. That took a while as well, and we're on Humpback again. This time we got Charger, Dually Squelchers, and Inkbrush, H3, Headit, Nautilus, and Splat Dualies. I remember going on a little bit of a rough streak the last time I used Squeezer. Set up a wall right there. Get a Trizooka. Nope. I did some damage. Nope. Nice. I snuck behind the Headit and I still lost. That's quite depressing. There really isn't a whole lot to say right now. Kinda upsets me. Alright. ECH3's down now. Still gonna keep a sharp eye out in case they decide to try to sneak up from behind. Although I think they're down. Yeah, they're definitely down. See if I can get a Trizooka snipe. Nope! Back up! Nope. Nice. Oh, and I think my team... Nope. Is still alive. Alright. Traded. I'll take it. Unfortunately, someone got clear back here, so I don't think that's gonna get us the win. It'll be close, but I doubt it. Didn't think so. I'll see you when the next one starts. Alright, it still took a little bit, but definitely not near as long as the last few times I've had to load in. And we're still on Humpback Pump Track. We got Charger, Bamboo, and Explo, Arrow, Paintbrush, Nautilus, and Forge. Booyah for good luck. I'll need it. Especially because we have 2 Chargers on our team, and one of them's Bamboo, so that kind of doesn't make our job easier. See if I can land a Trizooka snipe. Nope. Oh, now they're trying to land Trizooka snipes. I got wall. Nope, they're not there. Ah! I figured they were still there. And I was able to damage them, just not enough. The bad thing about this Squeezer kit is that its points for special is the highest in the game at 220. Alright, got Forge. It cost us our Splat Charger, but... Oh, I'm out of ink. Oh yeah, they got... See if I can land the Trizuka Snipe. Nope. Oh well. That's the Gold Nautilus, so I know it has triple splashdown. Alright, got him. I thought I'd be able to get a trade again, but nope. Nice. Got the Forge. Let's go full inking mode. Don't worry about fighting. Oh, there was an enemy behind me. That should be it. Alright, nice. After the previous few episodes, getting to the halfway point and having an episode like this is something I'll happily take. Nice, went positive. I'm pretty sure I went positive or neutral in every single match today. That's awesome. But anyways, that'll do it for this episode. Next one is probably going to be my first ranked battle. I'll see you when I upload the next video.